Hey, Pepin.
Why are you naked?
I'm in my birthday suit.
Disgusting.
What's disgusting about that? This is natural.
I mean, why is that even like a thing? I don't even know why.
It's the suit I was born in.
Oh, that makes sense.
This is my first birthday. I dressed casually with a bow tie and a regular tie as well. I had two ties that day.
two ties that day.
Very special occasion.
That's something I want to hear about, actually.
Well, I think that then we need to talk. Welcome back. So glad you guys could join us. I am here once again with my best friend, Nathan Pepin. How's it going, Pepin?
Doing well. It's rather hot out today, but I got an AC in here, so we're awfully cool and cool.
What does AC stand for, Aaron Carter? Because he's pretty cool. He beat Shaq once.
He had that song about meat. Like, it was a parody of an Eminem song, like, Guess Who's Back? But he's like, meat is back. Call a friend.
That was Aaron Carter? I thought that was all that.
That was Aaron Carter.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I mean, I think he was working with all of that for the parody.
He had that song about candy.
I want candy.
And we also have a special guest here today, Aaron Carter. How's it going, Aaron?
Very good, but I do want some candy.
It's Nick Stewart. We're lucky to have him here today.
Funny you said that because in third grade I was voted Aaron Carter because that's what I looked like at
You
the
were
time.
voted most likely to be Aaron
so
Carter.
I got on top of the desks and started singing "I Want Candy," and then set the school on fire with steel wool and a 9-volt by accident. And then they don't do that anymore.
In ninth grade,
Third grade,
Nick Stewart was voted most likely to be Aaron Carter.
And start a fire.
yeah, it was like a science day.
No, he
trying
didn't
to
start the fire.
No, I
It
did
was
start
always
the fire.
burning since the
We
world's
were
been
trying to
turned.
light a light bulb up with steel wool and a 9-volt, which is really dumb. And then I caught my desk on fire.
Oh,
Arson.
you heard it here, folks. First, Aaron Carter burned his school down.
Aaron Carter arsony. This just in.
So let's talk about birthdays. Nathan, tell me about birthdays.
So birthdays are, it's like once a year, or rather, let me put it this way. So the Earth goes around the sun, or revolves around the sun, and then once a year it comes to the same exact position, not the same exact position, but it comes to like the same position around, just like degree-wise. And we say that's a year. And a year is a unit of measurement we find useful because it's consistent for the most part.
We, like the three of us, or?
I mean, the three of us, but also other people too. I mean,
In layman's terms, what Nate's trying to say is in every 365 days, you celebrate another year of your life.
Oh, that's the layman's terms.
yep. So essentially,
Can you give me that in hours?
9,326 minutes.
Oh, thank you. That was helpful. I think it's accurate, too.
So
Every 9,000 minutes, you have another birthday.
people will use that as a unit of measurement for how old you are instead of using minutes, hours, seconds, or whatever else. So
Okay, so when
it's
you're
useful.
born, you're 1 because you've existed for a year.
No, you're 0.
You're 9 months?
No,
Yeah.
you're not.
How long are you in a
I guess
tummy?
technically you're 9 months developed cell at that point. Well, you could even say how much longer have you been living as a single-celled organism? Getting real deep here now.
However long that old dried up egg sat in the ovaries,
I guess it'd be both the egg and the male egg, the spermie.
I guess.
Well,
It'd be a little bit of both, whichever one's older, right?
How old are we?
Oh, man.
so it's since you've been born, right?
Since you've been born.
It's not since you've been created or it's not since conception. It's since birth.
Once the doctor slaps your butt, the timer begins.
It's a little like that. So yeah.
Well, I think in China they start at you're born, you're like 9 months or a year or something. I think they measure it differently.
Okay.
They always change the dates just so they can keep winning gymnastics.
That's it.
That's what it's all about, really.
It's all about point dancing and gymnastics in that
dancing.
order. So birthdays are a celebration of being alive for another year, is what you're saying, Nathan.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, tell me 2 things that are very common at a birthday.
Cake,
Okay.
and drunk adults.
All right, drunk adults and cake. Nick, give me 2 things that are very popular at a birthday.
Oh, I'd say the same. There's probably cake and presents.
Nick, it has to be 2 different things.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go presents.
Okay, so people give
And-
adorn gifts to everybody?
It's just going to be the birthday celebrator, the one who is turning another year of age.
Oh, okay, so it's like a special day just for that one person.
Yes.
Okay.
And so also family and friends that associate. I know that's 2 things, but usually you have them come over to celebrate your.
So people who are familiar.
Yes.
Okay.
Or sometimes strangers if you don't have any friends.
Yeah, drunk adult strangers.
It's very packing natty
You guys
daddies. You can get the whole street of hobos at your house.
You guys
for a
had
big party.
weird birthday parties if you had drunk adult strangers at your birthdays.
I mean, they were always drunk, so I can call them normal strangers.
At my birthday parties, it would usually not be drunk adults, but every time I went somewhere else, like it was more of a party excuse for the adults.
Now that I'm an adult, I can say that's how birthdays go. Now instead of having cakes and presents, it's alcohol and regrets.
Okay.
Many regrets.
Regrets. Nathan, do you have any birthday regrets?
Not really. No. I mean, there's that one time I was trying to blow out sparkler. We call it like when sparkler candles,
You were blowing a sparkler?
like the candles. You know, the candles that keep relighting.
Okay. Oh, okay. So it was like the joke candles.
Yeah, Joe can't. I don't know what you call those, but they kind of like the little.
So you were filleting a candle.
Yeah, and it wasn't quite exactly working out, and I kept trying, and then I gave up. And I really regret that because I shouldn't have given up because that's set up the rest of my life.
You should have tried fondling the cake while you were blowing the candle.
Fondling?
Did you cup the frosting?
What?
I think we're making dick jokes.
They cut the frosting. How's it? I mean,
What?
how's that?
Cup.
Cup.
Cup? Oh, cup the frosting. I said cut the frosting. I'm like,
More of a cuppage and less of a fondle.
I mean, what's the difference between like a fondle and like a
This
a
is
grope?
This is like the 3rd time we've talked about the difference between cupping and fondling.
A cup is the shape of your hand. A fondle is just the gesture of the.
Ah, that's a good distinction.
Gotta-
So what does this have to do with birthdays?
It was a regret.
Regret.
Yeah,
Okay.
regret. Yeah. Well, you asked me what my birthday
Biggest-
regret was.
That's your biggest birthday regret is you couldn't blow out a trick candle?
There's not very much
You
as far as
didn't get
regrets.
trashed on your 21st and be like, "Yay, what happened?"
No.
That happened to me. I was supposed to go out dancing with a girl on my 21st, and I ended up being pretty drunk by 9 o'clock on Canadian Mist. To this day, I've never drank that whiskey again.
Canadian Mist is like you have top shelf stuff, and then you have the mid shelf, and then you have the low shelf.
Then you have the stuff that's on the floor.
And then you go into you have the stuff on the floor. You go into the basement, and buried below the basement is a special layer called Canadian Mist.
And that messed me up. I had a date with the toilet instead of a date with the girl that night.
Interesting. So is that your biggest birthday regret?
No, I have a much worse one. But
Okay.
It wasn't. It was terrible. Well, things happened.
Okay.
It's out of my control.
Are you gonna tell it?
I want you to tell me, whisper some sweet nothings in my ear about your worst one first.
I don't know that I've had a worst one. I mean, I don't really think they're a big days, like birthdays in general. I don't like the idea of like having one specific day that denotes to a person. I would rather give somebody gifts throughout the year as I see something or get something that I'm like, oh wow, I think this would be great for that person, and then I just get it and give it to them, and I don't have to wait until a special day to give it to them. Like, wouldn't it be more meaningful if it's random and it's like I was thinking of you than if like I have to be thinking of you right now? Like, it feels very different.
I think the gift thing should go away. I mean, it's great for kids. It's like, oh, yay, toys, because toys are great for kids. But as an adult, like, for me, I don't really care to celebrate my birthday in the same sense of, like, invite everyone over and have a party and everyone has to buy me stuff. I think now I treat birthday as like a reflection. Every year I like to see where I am in life and how I've grown since the last year. And it was kind of fun the last 3 years, except for not the most recent one. I'd always been in different places in the country working on different things. So it was kind of cool to reflect and see where I'd been.
I like the gift idea. I think it adds something to like a relationship because you usually don't give gifts in relationships very often. I mean, some people do, and it's hard to be in the mindset of giving someone a gift. And oftentimes, if you give someone a gift, they get kind of weird about it. What if say some expectation, say the birthday, it allows people to give gifts without, say, the repercussions of that. So people are more willing to accept gifts if it's on your birthday as opposed to just randomly.
I just don't think it's as meaningful, and I think that it's like another forced social contract of, well, now I have to get you a gift versus I happen to see a thing or I happen to think of you and I wanted to get you a gift.
Mm-hmm. Now, I will add that maybe I'm a little salty because my birthday falls on January 6th.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it worked is, I get my Christmas gifts, but a lot of times they would say kind of skip the birthday. I'd get the cake and maybe something, one or two things. But people are like, oh, I already gave you gifts for Christmas. I don't have to give you a birthday gift, right?
Yeah, but you just had cheap parents.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
Well, I had a cousin whose birthday was the day after Christmas. So it's like, everyone's already spent all their money, probably gone broke and gone into the red zone of their credit limits. And it's like, oh, it's my birthday now. It's like, well, here's a pair of socks and some licorice.
It's a great gift.
It's pretty much how it was. I mean, it's beyond being cheap. It's just you spend all your money. You spent, you blew your load and, you anticipate.
Well, you gotta save throughout the year.
Yeah, that's not what people do.
Well, then that's why I propose that gifts be given throughout the year. So the beauty of life is that you can create your own social norms and make that part of your social contract. So that's something I'm going to start working into me as an individual, is that I'm just going to start randomly giving people gifts and be like, happy birthday. This is in place of your birthday.
That explains all those things that shut up my door last week.
No, that doesn't explain that.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
I'm not opposed to your philosophy. I just think the other philosophy is not bad either.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're both doable.
Mm-hmm.
I think if there wasn't so many holidays about, like, there's Mother's Day and Father's Day and Christmas and birthdays, there's so many days to, like, oh, here's a gift, like
Anniversaries.
Yeah, I mean, there's just it's all commercialized now. It's like, I mean, I love my dad, I love my mom, but I don't think I need to go out there and be like, hey, Mom, here's a $20 box of chocolate and $15 worth of flowers. Hey, Dad, here's a new tie you're probably never going to wear. Like, why? Just show them you love them. Give them a call. Hang out with them. Go to dinner. Like, something simple. I don't understand this idea of, like, we need to buy gifts for everybody all the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Steve, your best birthday day.
I went bowling once and then played Mousetrap.
That's the game where it's like it's got the traps with it, right? Like
that's the game with the mousetrap in it.
Yeah, but it's like a whole from Goldberg machine. Is
Yeah,
that right?
That's what I was gonna say. It's one of those. Yeah, you like slowly assemble this machine that by the end will start trapping and killing mice.
Well, any game's mousetrap if you just put a mousetrap in it.
Ah, okay.
So Scrabble, you have that bag of all the Scrabble pieces
and a mousetrap.
You just put a mousetrap in there. Mousetrap. Oh, I got the mousetrap.
Oh, there goes my pinky again.
You want to play 1313 Dead End Drive?
Oh, that was a fun game. I enjoyed that. I had the original board, and then I had like the remade board. Basically the same thing, but the remade board was easier to assemble.
But every time somebody gets killed off in it, you just throw a mousetrap at somebody. Mousetrap.
That could be a song.
You just got you got to yell mousetrap.
Mousetrap.
That's gonna be the new meme of 2018. It's mousetrapping people.
It is.
Just gonna throw live mousetraps at each other.
You heard it here, folks. First. I always say that wrong. I'm done.
So, Nick, you had a birthday experience that you're alluding to?
Yeah, so for the last 5 years, I haven't really celebrated my birthday. I've always been on the road working. But last year, I was lucky enough to have the weekend off. And I was dating a girl down where I was working. And she had this big, she set up a big, weekend plan for me. And I wasn't supposed to know about it. It was all 100% in her control. So I was not to be involved at all.
How long have you been dating her?
We were probably together for 3 or 4 months at this point.
Mm-hmm.
That relationship moved pretty quick. It's one of those ones. But, yeah, so she had this great weekend plan for me and wanted to do something. And I remember I ruined it before it even happened because, a week or two beforehand, I'm like, hey, you want to go camping sometime? And apparently that's what she planned for me as a surprise. And she got super pissed.
Why? She should be like, yeah, we should plan that.
Yeah, well, she wanted it to be a super happy moment. That oh, yay, surprise, we're going camping. You never would have guessed. And I didn't guess until she told me after that. But anyway, I was still very excited to go camping. So we went out. She had this lot rented out for us at some camping site where you could either pull up your camper or set up a tent or whatever. And then we were going to go hike a mountain. And this was kind of a weird part in our relationship. We were on and off, breaking up and getting back together and breaking up and getting back together. And I was like an emotional mess. I was a big old softie with her. She was really good at getting deep in the feels.
How often a week? or in a month.
Well, let's just say this was like the end of the relationship, so we'd probably broken up. I mean, because over the summer it wasn't so good. We almost broke up. So at this point, it was getting towards the end of the relationship. So we were like, we had almost broken up a couple times. We never like officially broke up.
How did that work exactly? It's like, I'm done. I don't want to be like in. Like,
I mean, kind of. They're more complicated than that, but basically you get frustrated with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But so we get up there, we're going to go. She's got this new tent that she wants to set up. That's, cool. We set up the tent. I'm all fine with that. And, the campsite has been used quite a bit. So the ground has been turned into like a giant cement block of dirt. It's just dirt and little like logs and rocks everywhere. And she brought this inflatable mattress. And earlier, she actually had been using this inflatable mattress for her sister because she's been sleeping at her house. So, the mattress was in use. And she went to go deflate it so she could pack up in the car. And the way she deflated it, she unscrewed it. It starts to leak out. It wasn't leaking fast enough for her, so she went in the kitchen, took a knife, and cut a hole in the side of the mattress so it could drain faster. And she was right; it drained very fast after that. So I didn't know this. So we're setting up the tent. The tent gets erected fine, but the ground is a rock. And we go to put the mattress in there. Whatever. We fill it up, and she's like, "I got any tape?" And I had some gaff tape, which is like duct tape in the film world. It's not very good at air sealing things. It's good at holding like cables on the ground. Mm-hmm. Not really made for airtight things. Airtight or airtight. Let's say the same thing twice. So she basically patched it up by putting a bunch of gaff tape over the like 3-inch slit she cut into that mattress. So we did our hiking. We had a couple fights on the mountain. It was fun. I cried a little bit because it was great. Like
as you do.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Sounds like a standard hike.
Yep, standard hike. I remember we got to like a rock wall halfway up, and everyone like wrote their name and stuff like on the rock wall. So she took a pen out of my bag and like with a Sharpie and wrote like our initials on it. And then I capped it off, put it in there. She got mad at me that I didn't write another heart next to it with the same things. Like I thought like that was enough. Like there's already one mark that says me and you forever. Yay, love. That was very upsetting to her that I didn't make my own monument of love on that rock.
It's kind of like the equivalent of like someone saying "I love you" and like "I love you" back, and then they say "I love you" again, and you don't say "I love you" like the fourth time. It's kind of like
yeah. It was so we got in a fight about that. We actually got in a fight earlier about me not having enough pictures on her on my Instagram.
Oh.
So it's a weird fight about weird things. So yeah, that's the beginning of it. So that started the fight. She was pissed at me, so we walked upset for a while. I get to the top of the mountain, everything's great, everything's dandy, and I don't remember what I did at the top of the mountain. I think I ate the tuna fish too fast or something, and we got into another fight.
Is that a euphemism?
No, she like legit brought like these like Starkiss or Sunfish or whatever that brand of tuna is. I mean, that would have been fun doing that on top of the mountain, but that didn't happen, unfortunately. So then we get another fight. It was just basically we fought all the way up and down.
It sounds like you guys fought a lot.
We did. It wasn't very fun at the end of the relationship.
I mean, honestly, this whole mountain idea didn't sound very good. Like,
it sounds great. Go hiking with your girlfriend and go camping. That sounds great if it's executed well, but not when you're like having a breakup fight the whole time on your birthday.
Yeah. Not a good idea if you're having fights a lot.
No, yeah, it was bad. And then we ended up getting back at night time, and I remember like the trail guide or whatever was really pissed. He's like sitting outside the cabin like, where were you? Supposed to be here 5 hours ago because you're supposed to get back before sunset, otherwise they gotta go search and rescue because dumb people went hiking. But we go back to our campsite. I set up a little fire. We kind of like standoffish with each other because we've been fighting the whole mountain climb. And it's like, all right, well, guess we'll go to bed now. We go and lay on the air mattress, and who would have guessed that this lovely duct tape seal job didn't do its job at all? So the mattress deflates pretty much instantly, and then I'm laying on a rock. This is super uncomfortable. You can't lay on your stomach, you can't lay on your back, you can't lay on your side. After like 5 minutes, it's just like super painful, and you just can't do it. So I tried that for like 30 minutes trying to go to sleep, and it's not going to work. Like, this is just too painful to sleep on. And she's like really trying to make it work too. Like, she's not admitting that she's extremely uncomfortable, even though I know she is. And so I offer, I'm like, hey, let's sleep in my car because at least, I'm like, you can have the back seat and I'll sleep in the passenger seat. She's like, no. And then I try, I'll try again for half an hour. And at this point, I'm like, I can't take it. My back is killing me because I'm an old man now. No, it's just because I was sleeping on a rock. And I go into the car. I'm like, come on, you should sleep in the car with me. It's, that way we're both comfortable. And she didn't want to go. And then so I slept in the back of the car by myself. And then apparently she got super, super mad at me and woke up the next day, like absolutely hated me because I left her in the tent. And I tried to offer like, hey, come with me to the car where we don't have to sleep on a rock.
You guys could. This is a solution I don't think you thought of. You could have taken turns keeping the mattress inflated. You blow in it for an hour, then she blows in it for an hour, and you guys get hours of sleep at a time.
That sounds good, but so the problem with this is it's like the way it was leaking, I think it's way faster than you could output air.
No. You can just hold it. You hold it closed.
So are you blowing air into the seam, or are you blowing air into the air intake spot?
No, yeah. Yep.
I don't know, with the pressure of a body on the mattress, I don't think I could output enough air flow to keep the mattress inflated.
You blow it up, and then you just like roll over where the cut is, and you just hold it. And one of you just holds it for a couple hours.
So one person has to hold the mattress and watch the other person sleep.
What the things you do for love.
Or you could just sleep in the car with me and then not yell at me in the morning.
I guess it's an option. I'm just saying there were solutions you didn't propose.
I don't think that was one of them.
Okay, Nate, you can come up with a better solution. Then.
There was no solution. I mean,
there is. What you could have cut down a tree.
It slept on a tree? That would have been slightly better.
Stripped the branches and made a bed of pine needles like a deer.
Okay. So as I said, this is like a rental lot. You bring your little trailer park and park it there. So like all the trees don't have branches about 12 feet because everyone's gone in the woods and like rip them off so they can start fires.
You knock on the flap next to you and you say you got a spare mattress.
I wish if she had told me this, I would have brought my little camping mattress, which is this little like foam core thing to roll it, because that would have been way better. But so I slept in the car and she slept in the tent. And
sounds like sabotage.
Yeah, she was very. I can't. Who deflates a mattress with a knife? Like that's the problem. Don't be mad at me because I can't sleep on a rock because you stabbed a mattress to death.
It kind of sounds also like she didn't want to admit she did something wrong. Like she wanted that mattress to work out because she didn't want to feel stupid that she stabbed with a knife.
I mean, it was. Yeah,
you could have eaten the fish a little slower too. Take your time with the fish.
Okay, it was tasty fish though. It came with little crackers.
Oh, not okay. Wasn't expecting
and then
that.
Like a little like red plastic spoon to dig out the
all
fish.
About the red plastic spoon.
So yeah, we didn't have a very good start to our morning. I think and the best part was like all the food she packed for us. So we had like packets of tuna fish. We had some Vienna sausages and like a bag of chips. It's really great when you hike a mountain. You need a lot of that nutrition from the old Vienna sausages.
Mm-hmm. Straight from Vienna.
Oh, they were weird flavors too. It was like barbecue, and then there was like mosquito flavored, like
mosquito flavored.
It was interesting. So the day started off weird. We did like a little hike, and then like we fell back in love, and everything was great. And then we didn't about halfway through that hike again, and then they had like this little paddle boat place where you could rent out a little paddle boat and you could float around the lake, kick your little legs and had fun. Mm-hmm. And so we paddled around, and then since it was my birthday, you get a little special benefits. Mm-hmm. I drove the paddle boat into a bunch of bushes and we had sex and drove the paddle boat back to the lake house.
Was the sex better since you've been fighting? Like, is it kind of like the tension release, or is it like kind of like?
I think it was just better because we were on a boat in a bush hiding from other hikers. It was like kind of like 007. Dun, 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 dun.
Mm-hmm. That sounded pretty exciting.
That was like X-Men music, but
that was definitely X-Men.
We were doing some Wolverine stuff in the bushes.
Sure.
But so that was fun, and then things were good for a while. We went out to a pumpkin patch on the way home because my birthday's in the fall. Got some pumpkins, everything was cute, and then we fought again. It was just like the end of the relationship. It was just such a weird weekend. And then I told my dad about the mattress thing. I told him, she stabbed the mattress, and my grandfather and my father thought that was hilarious. That
is hilarious.
They're avid outdoorsmen, and they just think it's like hilarious that this girl brought a blow up mattress, let alone, it should have been foam, blow up mattress in the woods, and she stabbed it with a knife to deflate it.
That is hilarious.
Too impatient to deflate it through the valve.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so several months later, I ended up acquiring a new girlfriend. And the first thing I acquired. I did a quest. I brought this man some potatoes, and he said, "I will reward you with my finest daughter."
Was she the finest daughter though?
She was very nice, nice girl.
All right, finest daughter.
Acquired her.
You acquired the finest of daughters.
So I got a new girlfriend a couple months later. And my dad, Facebook's like, "Oh, Nick is in a relationship with this person." And my dad, the first thing he does is he goes, "Does she like camping?" Because he knows about the tent, the inflatable tube thing. And then she's like, "Oh yeah, I love it." And like my dad and my grandfather are just like laughing after that. And she had no idea why. I was like, Thanks, Dad, for making that joke about the inflatable mattress because of how crappy my last camping experience was.
Oh, at least you get to eat some fish.
I did have some tuna fish on the top of a mountain.
That's the hallmark of any good relationship story is when there's aquatic life being consumed.
I mean, so in her defense, it was a very good idea, but it was very poorly executed, and the range of our emotions on this trip just made it absolutely horrible. Like having to sleep on a rock, having to be fighting all the time.
Well, knowing you're fairly even-tempered and go with the flow, so I'm imagining that it wasn't you fighting.
As you said, I like to keep the peace, so I don't want to talk too much crap, but yes.
I mean,
I think I had a
Hey,
phone call.
let's talk shit right now.
All right, remember that time I was hanging out with you and I got that phone call from her and I wasn't
that
allowed
crazy
to,
bitch?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you said it on me.
No,
and
I'm
I
saying
wasn't
it.
allowed to like
say a
play
lot of
video
things.
games with Steve, so I had to go in the other room and talk to her, like Skype her for like an hour. I wasn't allowed to hang out with Steve because
dude, she was fucking crazy.
one of my other buddies who Nick, ironically named the same thing I am. I was up home for the month or whatever, and she calls me, and then he grabs the phone out of my hand and goes, "Nick's busy right now with his other girlfriend," and then she got super pissed. He thought it was hilarious, and she was like a girl very concerned about cheating because a lot of people have cheated on her in the past. I've never cheated on anyone, and she's cheated on other guys, so she's got like this fear of cheating. I would never do that. And so after he said that, she was so mad at me, and I was so mad at Nick. I'm like, you are an asshole. Like, yeah, okay, that sounds funny right now, but you don't understand how crazy this bothers her, and now she absolutely hates me again.
yeah, I mean, that's a tough joke to pull on somebody, I think. I think you have to be a little bit...
Okay, so I packed up all my stuff to come home, and I didn't think I was going to be returning to the location I was staying at, just because the way my job works, there was no guarantee. So I packed up all my stuff. And I go to her place before I go to the airport, and in my bag are condoms because that was some of the things I had in my house. I wasn't just going to throw them away. They're expensive to not have kids. It's more expensive to have kids, so I'm going to buy the rubbers. Okay. So she sees them in my bag and assumes I'm bringing them to Maine because I'm going to have sex with other people.
Because they don't sell them in Maine.
No, that's the thing. It's like, why didn't you throw them out? And it's like, okay, but why? That's like $20 in condoms because I got, the name brand Trojan Man. I gotta make.
I mean, you always gotta be prepared too. You don't know what's gonna happen.
The idea was I was not getting prepared. She didn't care that I'm bringing all the chapstick I had in my house either. But it's like
yeah.
For her that really bothered her. Even though it's like the only reason I'm bringing this up north is because I have all of my stuff. All of my stuff is going with me.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of internal healing and growth that needs to happen on everybody's end, but especially hers because she's a crazy bitch. That's my words, not Nick's. Nick would never say that because Nick is a gentleman and I am a dirty whore.
You're not a whore, but you
are dirty. I'm dirty.
Well, I kind of disagree. I mean, you're not dirty, but you're a whore.
Oh, wow. We got a whole range here.
What do you do with Pepin?
You don't even know, but man, would you love the speed at which I eat tuna.
All right, let's go to the top of a mountain and let's have a race.
I'll race ya.
Let's have a tuna suckathon. Who can suck down a bag of tuna faster?
Good old bag of tuna.
So wait, are you just sucking in the back, or?
Well, I mean, that's probably the preferred method for speed.
That's where the good juices are, right in the bag.
But
then you got that little red spoon.
It's just not big enough, so it's more efficient just to squeeze the old bag to death and then just.
Wow, I don't know about that. That's a little aggressive.
That's how you're gonna win.
You gotta get tender.
Well, I mean, I'm not eating a solid tuna. It's got to be soft, chunk, white albacore.
So did you end up staying with that girl? I mean, obviously, it sounds like you broke up, but...
I mean, so the way it ended up, which might have been the best birthday present, is we broke up on my birthday after, fighting the whole weekend.
Good?
No.
Okay, then. That doesn't count.
Well, okay, we never got back together officially, but we started, hanging out again.
Oh, well, that's different, I guess.
Were you still, fucking?
That's what I mean by hanging out.
That's what he means, Nathan.
Okay. I kind of was okay.
No, we didn't have sex anymore, but we still wanted to hang out and fight.
We like to inflate mattresses and eat tuna together.
Stab those mattresses.
No, we'd watch a lot of Shark Tank together. She'd come over, we'd watch TV, and then do other stuff.
Maybe you guys were better friends with benefits than a natural couple.
Yeah, we tried that too, and that was
it didn't work.
No, it didn't work either.
So maybe you just weren't right for this girl.
Yeah, that's the end all.
So happy birthday.
It's not my birthday, but thank you.
Listen, I don't subscribe to your social norms. I say it when I feel it. Right now, I feel like I hope you have a happy birthday.
Well, Steve, I don't identify with today as my birthday.
Fuck, you beat me.
Thinking of social, where can we find you, Nick?
Well, I guess the only thing I really have social, I got a Twitter. I guess you can find me at NW Stewart. I think, I don't know, something like that. I got a Twitter. I got an Instagram.
YouTube?
And then there's the YouTube. That's
Yeah.
probably the best place because the other ones I don't really do much. But
What's
yeah.
What's the YouTube channel?
It's going to be Nicholas Stewart. And that's basically it. Look it up. My name on the old Googles.
And you have a thing with a bird there, which people ripped off, right?
He's got a thing with a bird.
I got a thing with a bird. No, I got this little video. I put some special effects over a bird called Laser Bird. And then I made this like 4 years ago. Someone ripped it, literally took the same format and put their own
You're so salty about that. You mentioned
Dude,
it twice
they've
now.
made
Two separate episodes.
They've made so much money on that idea that I came up with.
You can't talk about your own art without talking about somebody else stealing it.
He stole my art.
Nick, I think you have a lot of healing and growth internal.
I need a bag of tuna right now.
All right, let's get Nick a bag of tuna. If you want to donate to us on patreon.com, I will buy Nick a bag of tuna with your money. Therefore, you will have bought him a bag of tuna, and there is no better birthday gift that you could give him.
I don't need any tuna. Well, you could give me,
a
just hit
bag
me a
of
couple of subscribers on YouTube because I'm looking to get monetized by YouTube because they unmonetized me because they changed their monetization rules.
Mm-hmm.
So I need some more subscribers, and then I can get 30 cents a month back.
All right, let's get Nick 30 cents a month.
There's a lady down the street, and she sells her tuna.
Does she?
Yeah, I don't know the prices, but we can find out.
Is it fresh?
There's no ocean nearby your house, Nate.
Is it fresh tuna?
I'm not sure if it's fresh.
A lot of people buy it, though.
Yeah, a lot of people buy it. I mean, at least enough to be like somewhat popular and known. So.
And like every time she sells it, does she have to they have to go together to the hotel that she keeps it in, and then they have to get it out. They got to actually fish it out of the pond she has in the hotel. So it takes like an hour.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how she keeps it cool either. I mean, I've heard that one person got like some sort of infection or disease from it, so I'm not sure if it's really good tuna.
Tuna AIDS, that's the worst.
She probably wasn't wearing a condom.
Why would the condom matter?
Because we're making allusions to a whore.
It keeps the fish fresh.
But
And it's good for audio equipment, which has no relation to fish.
like
And some relation to fish.
fish keep audio equipment fresh.
Yeah,
No, condoms
you just
do.
wrap a halibut around a microphone.
Perfect sound. Yeah, have you- That's how we do it in the biz.
Nate, you haven't realized that you have a chub
Well, he does have a chub, and I think he realized it.
wrapped around your mic right now?
I have a giant trout. It's a salmon. It's a wild salmon that
Those are very different fish.
swims up. I don't have a chub.
It's a type of fish, Nate.
Nate, I think we need to... Hey, Pepin.
Yo.
Do you usually subscribe to entire podcasts, or do you look for specific topics?
Well, I try using the search function on my podcast player on my phone. It doesn't work too well. Try using Google. Google, it's not really set up for it, so I honestly have trouble.
Why don't you just use Listen Notes?
Listen Notes. What's that?
It's a search engine for podcasts that doesn't just search for the terms you're looking for in the title of the episode or the title of the podcast, but from inside the episode itself. Meaning if you're looking for a specific topic, you can find specific podcast episodes that are about that topic.
You know, that sounds a lot easier than spending the hours and hours I have just trying to find exact right keywords to actually get it to bring up the episode. I mean, usually I just get like a million how to start your own podcast articles. It's really annoying. So that sounds a lot better.
Exactly. When you're looking for something to listen to, just go to listennotes.com, type in a topic you're interested in, and you'll get instant gratification, useful results. That's listennotes.com. Check it out now.